If you fly high, like Lufthansa, you need your feet firmly on the ground. You need a solid base you can rely on. And that's what Lufthansa Ground Services is. With millions of people traveling with us every day, our ground services ensure that flying is faster, better and more comfortable from the word go. Air travel begins on the ground. It's where customers gain their first impression, and it's often the decisive element as to whether a trip will be stress-free and enjoyable or not. The same goes for Experience the Future. The Airbus A380, the new dimension in flying. Procedures and processes all have to be adapted to the formidable dimensions of the A380. When the first Lufthansa A380 takes off in summer 2009, all the procedures on the ground will also be perfectly coordinated. From cabin attendant to top management, Lufthansa is in a fever of excitement about the upcoming big event. Before the first long-haul flights took off with Lufthansa at the controls, comfort, time expenditure and conditions for boarding were exhaustively checked. 500 volunteers could hardly wait to experience the flying colossus from the inside. The boarding test was carried out under the most realistic conditions possible. One final check by the testers, and boarding can commence. While the 500 passengers move into the aircraft, outside, the A380 is undergoing numerous tests. The baggage loading procedures and processes and refueling must be adapted to the A380's enormous dimensions. Every move is minutely recorded and stored for future planning. More quality and comfort. Those are the customer requirements that Lufthansa wants to fulfill with the A380. The race against time begins. In contrast to conventional long-haul aircraft, passengers can board the A380 on 2 levels. It still takes a while to get used to the new space dimensions. Meticulous planning of all ground service procedures ensures optimum operation of the aircraft. The A380, however, has upped the ante in terms of demands. The test passengers have all boarded both decks quickly. All the tests carried out were successful and results met and exceeded expectations. Since 2003, Lufthansa has been preparing for the introduction of the new flagship. Route proving has at last provided the opportunity to test the scheduled ground service procedures. In the dead of night, catering service tests and other comprehensive cleaning tests are carried out. And they're off. The specially prepared cabins of the A380 must be cleaned and made ready for takeoff as fast as possible. The aim is to take the same time as it usually takes to clean an ordinary long-haul aircraft, or even less, although with its 2 decks, the A380 requires a lot more effort. And the same goes for catering. Food and beverages for some 500 passengers must be stowed in the galleys as fast as possible and in such a way that cabin attendants can provide a smooth, trouble-free service. The catering specialists at LSG Sky Chefs work on both the A380's decks at once. This is the payoff time for years of experience and constant improvement of workflow processes and procedures. It all goes like clockwork, perfectly executed choreography. Faster than the time allocated, the final quality and safety checks swing into action. All times are minutely logged and then evaluated. The A380 challenge has been masterfully met. The results of days of testing are terrific thanks to enthusiastic staff. So from summer 2009, if you're heading for new heights, you can be sure of one thing. What's been exhaustively tested today will work even better tomorrow. Lufthansa is ready to experience the future. The Airbus A380, a new dimension in flying.